Wow. Mythic players. Everyone. Mythic players. He didn't count the word. You have to admit, that was absolutely hilarious for top 1000 players. I like this play though. That was really good. Did another person... Oh my god, another person forgot the word 3? They all think it's word 2 for some reason. Man, every Mythic player just messes it up. Oh my god. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we have Esper. I know you have seen so much Esper, but let's be honest, right now Esper is this weird Raffine, wedding announcement, some tokens. Let's be honest, it's not a real Esper. This is some strange thing that is current. We are getting back a real Esper control deck for real Esper mages that like controlling, that like countering stuff, sweepers, like all the good stuff. And this deck does not run tokens because like we already seen it enough, I feel. So we went the real control Esper. This is an actual control deck, and looking at today's results, like we absolutely crashed the ladder. I'm not sure why. Maybe we played a little bit better, maybe our opponents made some bad plays. They definitely cannot read Kairi. And I also didn't read some cards, so I guess it's even. But yeah, Kairi has word 3 for everyone on the board. It's word 3, not word 2, which very often seems to be the point of confusion. And we definitely benefited a lot. However, I have to say that the deck really overperformed for me. We climbed basically like 200 spots in Mythic. I think we're sitting like in something like top 4 or 500, I don't remember, but actually really high. And due to this deck, what the deck is about, I really wanted to use all the cool cards, Void Rend, Obscura Charm, cards that I didn't play for such a long time, I guess since like last expansion, right? And we also of course have the standard of Farewell Depopulate. One of the interesting choices is Kairi, definitely, and you will see the games, watch the games, and Kairi absolutely overperformed. Honestly, this is the reason we won so many games. I'm playing with Kairi more lately and I'm having it. Like the word 3 is so powerful if you have counterspells, especially mana-based counterspells. Like if he plays Infernal Grasp, it's 5 mana already. If you counter it, he cannot play another removal. Kairi gets into the board, and also he needs exile effect. If he just kills it, you get so much value back. You will see it in the games. Like it's not a random example. Like we were dead in the water so many times, and the only winning play was killing our own Kairi. And suddenly the game was on, and we turned it absolutely around. If Kairi wasn't here, we wouldn't have this possibility at all. So really, Kairi overperformed by far in this deck. Alright, for the rest it's the standard kind of control shell. Like we have Denik because we really need some early game. We don't have wedding announcement. Why do we have no wedding announcement? Because I'm fed up with them. I don't want to make another Esper with tokens and all this stuff. I've seen enough. So that's why we don't play it. Probably it would be a bit better with wedding announcement, but we don't care. So that's why we have Denik. And however, Denik has really good synergy with both Depopulate and Wandering Emperor, because when you buff it and suddenly it can go over Trespasser, Underdog and things like this, and even some of the irritating wedding tokens, you can start getting real value from this card. And the fact that you have the alternate mode really helps as well to feel. And other reason is that one of the draw engines for the deck is Kaito, so we really like seeing 2-drop, because that basically fuels our engine for drawing cards for the rest of the game. Other than this, we have Memory Deluge, and we should have card, yeah, okay, it's here. This card, we only have one of. I couldn't find more plays. I think Deluge is more important one, but this one of absolutely changed so many games. Man, this card is the MVP of this deck as well. Usually you save it for when this is the last card in your hand and your opponent is absolutely tapped and you are basically after all the punches exchanged. Then you just do it once and you refilled up to 8 cards and that's game. This is why you have this one copy, and it happened during the game, so I think the plan works very nicely. We have some syncopate make disappear, like our early game isn't the strongest, so that's why we need some kind of early counter spells and removals. We have one march for the exile effect for the underdog. We went to Infernal Grasps. We could go Fateful Absence, but I have noticed that I don't like giving this card to my opponent, and I didn't see too many Planewalkers. It depends. If you are seeing a lot of Planewalkers, maybe you should switch, but for me, they were both the same efficiently. Like, I didn't really see Liliana too much, I didn't see any banned Planewalkers. I guess Emperor is the biggest Planewalker that you will see, but we just have ways to play around it. With counter spells, Emperor is 4 mana play, so it's quite easy to counter for a long time. And with Kairi Ward, it's even easier to get some value. Alright, so this is the deck. For the interesting cards, Voidrant. I have to say, today Voidrant absolutely overperformed. I thought that it will be a clunky card that won't get much value. Flexibility of being any non-permanent, including enchantments, creatures, planewalkers. Like, this is one of the big reasons. You can basically, like, everyone who's playing this 3 mana heroes takedown or whatever that removes murder with a possibility of killing planewalker. This is basically the same but better, and given we are playing Esper, it's just simply better card. And the fact that it cannot be countered comes into play more and more. I didn't notice it so much, but everyone seems to be playing Make Disappear, and very often you cannot kill this one permanent you really want, so the fact that they cannot counter makes easier plays. And also you will see it in the video that we have changed our gameplay pattern because he couldn't counter it, so he hoped that whatever we do he will just counter it, and he couldn't because this is just this one card that cannot. So really interesting choice, and big reason for this card in the deck is this answers Trespasser. This is one of the best cards in the format to answer Trespasser. Other one is Liliana with the -2, but she cannot target, so if your opponent has 2 cards, this is actually the best answer. Obscura Charm, this is one of the reasons we are also going for Kaito and Denik, because we can use the mode number 1 to get them back at the end step. Well, it's not the most powerful play, usually you don't really use it. Sometimes it might win you the game. If it's super hard to sneak a Planewalker, nobody really expects this, and you can sneak Planewalker at the end step. That's huge one. And if you have Denik in the board that they ignored because it's just 2 damage, so they don't care, suddenly Kaito is in the board and you start drawing cards. If you can protect this setup, you can win the rest of the game out of this. So really powerful play. Alright, and of course this is some kind of counter spells. We don't have a lot of hard counter spells, but we have some conditional counter spells, so you need to play around it. Basically our main counter spell play is Diffuse Cover Up, it also exiles, and I really like having 2 of them because this is only 2 cards. They are just 1 mana more expensive than the usual hard counter spell, but they basically set up rest of the counter spells in your deck if you need them to get cycled and stuff. And when you get Kairi back, this is also a good play. You can get back Kairi, and your main win condition will have another chance. If something went wrong, you miscalculated, or your opponent just had a gut draw, you still have other chance. And of course Emperor will kill opponent if Kairi doesn't. Alright, I think that's it for the deck, for the deck intro at least. And as always, if you feel like the channel is cool or you want to support it, that is really appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, all this lame stuff. It really does help, so I have to say it. I just have to say it. So really appreciate if anyone cared to do those things. And with that being said, let's go into the games and see how it performs. Alright, we are going first with Denik, Voidrant, oh my god, I like this hand so much. Not sure how it will go. Our tap lands definitely hurt at the start, but when we get it going, it should be pretty fine. Yeah, definitely 2-drop hurts. Thank you, deck, for hearing my prayer. That was honestly the best draw, because that is a big difference. We want to keep up the mana for his threats from the next turn onwards. And Voidrant might become a thing. It is uncounterable. Yeah, we definitely want 1 extra mana. And you know the drill, we will just smork you for 11 turns, healing up to 40 HP. What can go wrong? I don't see any issues with this plan, definitely will work perfectly. Wedding announcement? I know it's wedding announcement, it's always this. I don't, like, even if it dies, it's like kinda fine. Of course I don't want it to die, but it's not my real win condition, you know? That's actually a pretty decent card. Well, it's like basically a negate, right? Nearly a negate. That is also a removal, and we can get back Danik if we really want. But so far we are just stacking the counter spells. Our opponent has only 9 turns of living. Easy. We definitely kill him. To be honest, the plan is just to keep playing clans. I want to tap him at some point, and then we play Kairi. And if we can get, to 8 mana, so Kairi and Negate while he is tapped out, this should be enough. Alright, we definitely counter this one. We only have one play that does it. Other plays leave the token as a reminder that our card is not 2 for 1. And his card is. That was a weird sentence, but I think you get the idea. Alright. Shipwreck Marsh. Unfortunately, that was an end step, so he's still untapped. 8 turns to go. Attacking with Danik against control deck feels like basically, I don't know. It just feels absolutely without any kind of sense. Anyway, we cannot counter it, which sucks just a little bit. But this is second Emperor already. Of course he will use one of the abilities, so let's see which one. That is the difference. Alright, so we could kill it if we really want it. Is it worth it, honestly? I definitely need to kill the Emperor anyway. So this goes to Emperor. Man, 2 for 1s are so powerful. If he makes a Samurai, I guess he kills the Emperor. I'm fine with this. I don't know if it's worth it. Like 4 mana creature that draws 1 card, I guess. It's kinda sucks. Enjoy? You got it. Man, that was a hard choice. Like, if he pluses, we can Void Rend. Remember, this cannot get countered. We can just play it randomly whenever we want. And if he's greedy and goes for +1, we just do it at the end step. So, no, not really much of a difference. But it felt like there is a difference. But when you think it through, there isn't. Not with the Void Rend. That's one of the upsides, right? See? I knew about it. We don't play Kairi because this is definitely some kind of weird make disappear, and we are not having surplus mana, so Kairi will just die and we will feel super bad. Like, Danik is something. This is 3 cards. That's a bit too much for me. Like, we won't get better than 3 for 1 with this one, and that's basically it. So now we are tapped. And this is big signal for him to start casting something, because now we cannot counter. Problem is that he has more cards than we do. I don't like it. I also have Cardo in my deck, but you wouldn't tell. Oh, nice. Okay. I see. Man, all we need is a land and negate in one card. And then we are fine. Alright. That's the play. March. That's interesting. That is a white March, I think. And this is honestly the worst card for us. Because he can exile like 3 cards. And he can get rid of Kairi perfectly. And we really needed Kairi to get back into the value game. That's not great. And I cannot untap to kill Kairi myself. Because we lack this 1 mana. This 1 mana is a big deal. But to be fair, if we didn't have if we had one more land, we wouldn't have one of those cards. I guess I would trade Danik for the land right now. Oh my god. He actually used it here? Okay. That's super interesting. It means that he has another removal. Like, there's no word when he does it, while he doesn't have a Kairi removal. It has to be exile effect as well. It might be the Emperor or another March. I think he will let us attack, and this will be the Emperor. How do we play around it? Oh, that will be tricky. I really want to untap. Just let me untap. Ooh, he did. Okay, so this is an Emperor. Can we prevent Emperor somehow? Not really. When Kairi dies, even with the extra value, that's not perfect. But he had already 2 Emperors. 18 cards only. I will take my risk. Even if it's Emperor, we can just kill it in response. And that was a bluff. And you really like to see it. And we can go with the Void Rend on top of everything else. So if he wants to exile a Dance Step or something, so he had it. He took the damage. That's a good play. He doesn't need the 6 HP right now. He doesn't care. Okay, let's see the action. This has to be a -2, right? He has... Okay. This is honestly something I hoped for. And he thinks that he can counter whatever we play, but he cannot. Because it's a Void Rend. I think he has a counter spell, and he thought that he will milk the value, like, fully. Instead, he wasted his best answer, and he has only 1 Emperor in the deck. He wasted his March, that exiles, he wasted his Emperor. Like, he's doing what he can to lose this. But it will still be hard, because he's 4 cards ahead of us. Even after Kairi dies, we need to kill it probably in response. I think he might have another March or something. I do not believe for the like in the 4th Emperor. Easy. Wow. Mythic players, everyone. Mythic players. I just want to point out, this is a top 1000 player. He didn't count the word. Oh my god. Like, it happens to me as well, those mistakes, but you have to admit, that was absolutely hilarious for top 1000 players. Oh my god, not counting the word. Oh, that's brutal. Nice top deck. Well, our opponent basically had better hand with better opening, and he did everything he could to lose this game. Like, if he loses, he had 3 answers and he wasted 2 of them. No, 3 of them. He wasted this, then he wasted this one, and then he miscounted this one. So, yeah, 3 chances. And he main phases memory, which means that he cannot win. Oh my god, he actually threw it so hard. Oh, maybe I shouldn't laugh, but I find it so hilarious. This way, like, Shame Scoop was on the table, definitely. Top 600 Mythic, I guess. First, we have Make Disappear into Charm, into Depopulate, into Emperor. But probably that's pretty good start, honestly. Oh, hi. We missed the 2-drop, unfortunately. Oh, it's a good game already? That went fast. I'm not sure what exactly they mean. We definitely don't like this one. Even if we depopulate, I definitely want to slow everything down, and we have 1 more removal. And even now we have the Diffuse Cover Up, right? So we can make sure that later he cannot play anything. We don't have mana for the Emperor or Depopulate though. So that's something that is important. Yeah, we can answer it next turn. However, then we cannot play stuff. You know what? I think in this situation it's okay. We can keep going 1 for 1. We have more card though. Okay, maybe that's ambitious against enchantment decks, that I remember how they drew 50 cards, but it was in previous standards, so hopefully the new one isn't so annoying. Alright, and now, first he went all the way, and now he's using the cards that he wanted to copy this card draw effect with the Weaver. So that's why he was playing it before. This deck doesn't really play very well around like removal. Like they don't have removal at instant speed. They have only this touch the spirit realm, which they might use on the dock. But it's not really very good, to be honest. They might pump the thing. Okay, this will be a weird play, but I'm really convinced this is the correct one. Right now, they might pump the Spirited Companion to like crazy amounts. The problem is that he needs to still attack. If he wants to threaten Emperor, we just charm block, and then we can -2, which normally would not be the case. Alright, he wants to use the dog. Sure. Like, I don't love this, but it's far from the worst that could happen, and we need to get card advantage somehow. Yeah, this is definitely something we don't want. I don't need the charm. Charm is okay, but we have better cards than this. And suddenly, that was his plan, he has nothing. We could also go for the Depopulate plan, but I'm quite sure it will be needed sooner or later. And now we will go for the token. Let's get some mana. Now we hit 6, so Farewell is an option. It will be interesting. Kami. Kami is a problem. We need to use all the Emperor thingies. Well, we just have some issues. Because this is not a creature and it will take a while until it is a creature. And when we sweep the board, he gets Kami back. Because it will die together with other enchantments. So that's some problem. Alright, how do we do it? How do we do it? I don't think there's any sense in protecting this. So we will get our token, I guess. What we really need is Memory Deluge or Silver Scrutiny or Farewell. Each one of those cards will probably win us the game. Danik. Honestly, Danik is pretty sweet here. Like, we can do some serious blocking together with those. And we get to draw a card, and we get to get a first strike. I probably should have attacked. Yeah, I didn't think it through. I should have attacked, because they cannot pump at instant speed. And then they would block, and then we would kill only this, so he would need to do some work to get it back. The point with Danik is that we can use Depopulate, and correct me if I'm wrong, but he just went absolutely all in. And now we use Emperor to get rid of this Kami, once and for all. So I think he just butchered the turn so much. And that's a Memory Deluge, so that should be the game, I believe. I'm not sure if I will Depopulate. So we have the Emperor right now. I think with Memory Deluge we can wait this one turn. Yeah, I think that's a good decision, because this will create a creature, and right now we can absolutely sweep the full board. He has only one card though, unless this is some kind of perfect card. We should be absolutely fine. We don't care about his HP, ours is high enough that we also don't care. Like, sure. If I didn't have Memory Deluge, I would play differently. Because then I wouldn't be sure if I have any value. And, well, that's not perfect, but that's something still. We can get back Danik. We have the lands for the Memory Deluge, that's also pretty fine. I could attack all, but then that could trigger him a little bit. If he expects the sweeper... So if we attack with Danik, will he double block? Well, this is actually a really good block for him, I guess. And this is not enchantment, so Michiko won't get -1 when we kill this. Unless he blocks with the dog, then Michiko dies as well. So it depends how good he plays. I think we actually shouldn't make it. Like, it might go well, but it also might lose us quite a lot in the game, so maybe not worth the risk, really. And we just keep the Obscura Charm. We can get back Danik if we really want. I mean, we cannot counter this one, right? But we can kill it. And we can also wait until he casts this. I guess that would be a nice 2 for 1, right? Can we make it work? Will he be so greedy? They often are. They often are. Especially that we have Memory Deluge, so he really needs to start pressuring. Probably the best punish for our super greed play. Yeah, I knew he will go for it. They always do. They are so greedy. You can basically play blindly into them making the most risky plays, and most of the time you will hit absolute jackpot, like here. Yeah, he just went all in and got absolutely punished for it. And we knew he will play like this because they are always greedy. Alright, so normally I think I would take this hand because all we need is 2 lands and we can get it going. However, those need to be double planes because we need double blue for all of those cards. Alas, the mulligan. It hurts, and this has to be Obscura Charm. I'm not risking not hitting a land, and we need Kaito to get back into this game. This is already, like, we are definitely on the losing side already, and I mean heavily. So we need to get back into the game. We're super behind right now. Alright, how do we do it? So we can kill it at the end step. As Make the Superior, like, this will be phased out. His removal is sorcery speed, so he cannot hit it. I think it should have been Make Disappear. I think I made a mistake in the end. Fortunately, we are lucky with the Depopulate. And on his place, he should actually remove the token, even if he has like 3 mana removal. That's so huge right now. This token is the only reason we are in the game. If this gets removed, we are absolutely destroyed. However, if this survives, and I think they are so greedy they won't like waste their full turn just on the token, unless they can play both, and that would suck. Hopefully they won't. Alright, let's draw our card. We definitely deserve this one. Still super scary, and Kaito is not surviving this turn unless we draw something. Oh, the pain. Oh, the pain. 1 mana! And that would be perfect. Oh, we got wrecked. Absolutely destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. I'm tryharding, but it's 98% it won't work. Everyone will attack Kaito, and there's nothing we can do. We just need this land untapped. We would play Emperor, kill this one, and our opponent would have nothing, basically. Hallowed Hunting. Probably the best we could hope for. Oh man, this land. This land was the real pain. You can still play something. Like 2 mana is a lot for enchantment decks, and he has 2 mana because of this cost reduction. The Depopulate needs to carry us, and we need to go into Kairi. Yeah, I will make only those 2. Like, it's so obvious. There's nearly no point in bluffing, but I really wanted this Kaito, so I did. I did, but nothing saves our poor ninja. Well, that would be really good before. However, honestly, this is good enough. It also sets up the Depopulate perfectly, because this is multicolored creature. It also removes his discount. So a lot of stuff going on, but after the mulligan we are so behind. Mulligan and this unfortunate land that we really needed untapped. So like, it's not going the worst, but definitely we are on the bumpy road and we have some issues. So we need to work really hard on this one. Alright. This will be enchantment, so... Oh, that's an interesting draw. Alright. We can sweep it, it doesn't give too much. That's a hard one. So we have different options. We can try drawing main phase, playing land and going into Kairi. I'm thinking, bro. I need a good I don't have a good one. Alright, so this is the one direction. Depopulate is not good here. We definitely do not want Depopulate. I know. Alright, I think we are still plussing because it threatens a little bit. And with Infernal Grasp and this one, we just wait like this. I don't care about the damage, so damage won't matter. He will lose because of the cards or win because of the cards, so our life matters. His doesn't. He can basically be at 500 and that's no difference. We won't raise him, not with this kind of deck. So for this reason we don't need to attack as long as we don't get Kaito cards or something like this. And actually making an additional blocker is huge. And remember, Emperor is at 2 loyalty. This means that if his attack fails, we can get rid of one of the creatures. If it's at 1 loyalty, they can attack her, and even if we protect her somehow, we still cannot punish them. That's why +1 is so important in this situation. Weaver, he wants some harmony. So this will give a +1. I mean, sure. I have some plan in my head. It's not perfect though. It's far from perfect, in fact. Yeah, let's see what he does. Every decision has a drawback, unfortunately. Like we can kill Kami with the Infernal Grasp, we can block the Naturalist. That's an interesting attack. Like we can kill the Kami. Then we protect the Emperor, then we exile the Naturalist. I think he might have a removal. Removal is brutal. You know what he can do? He can use Borrowed Time for 2 mana, and then... Oh no, he cannot copy, it's Summoning Sickness. Do I really want this Emperor? This is so brutal. I don't know what to do. And when I don't know what to do, I do something. So that's what we will do. I'm not sure if that was the best decision. Like this comes into gameplay, and Weaver is so threatening on its own that we probably will have to sweep. One of the reasons I really like this idea is that we have Cardo and we have Depopulate, which really benefits from no Naturalis in the board. So even if we lose the Emperor, let's see if it works even. Okay, nice. So right now he has only 4 mana, that's not a lot. And right now we draw 3 cards, which is a lot. Yeah, his life might matter after Kairi stage, but right now I don't want to win like this. I prefer to, you know, get the defense. With Cardo, I think we should draw into more Cardo, more lands, and then we hit 1 Farewell, and 1 Farewell should be enough to close this game. Man, we need to work it. Remember, this is a card game with Mulligan. And we still had bad hand at the start. Defender. I kinda like this card, honestly. I'm not sure why I started seeing it since like 2 days. I never seen it before in my life. But now everyone seems to be playing it. And honestly, it's a good card, I think. Not sure if he knows how it works, but definitely a cool one. Okay, I might read the card now. What prevent all combat damage that would be dealt by enchanted creature. Okay, that part of the text also matters. So I was making fun of my opponent not reading cards, and guess what? I did not read the card. And I think my punishment is deserved. And oh boy, it is brutal. I still think we will win this. We are at 17. We can play more lands. Wow, we drew 4 lands from the top. Okay, I stand corrected. If we draw like this, there is a high chance we might not win. But honestly, with Kairi, this dice, we get Silver Scrutiny and something. And that probably is enough to keep drawing. So in this kind of deck, even if you get flooded, at some point each one of those lands will bring you a card thanks to Silver Scrutiny or Memory Deluge. So no. Man, I'm so bad. I read this card like yesterday, but I didn't pay attention to the rest of the text. It has so much text, it should be just pacifism, and that's it. Easy. I know, it's just a lot of excuses, it's fine. Alright, so he still has a good board. I think he holds back quite a lot of cards. Let's cycle and see what we get. This is kinda... Did we draw like 6 lands from the top? I think we did, right? Alright, so it means that Kairi needs to die, because otherwise we don't do anything. Because we didn't hit a single card right now, since like 5 card draws. That's really bad. We really needed some... Like, we needed Memory, Deluge, Farewell, all of those cards. Like, even another Depopulate would help. I like my islands, but they definitely do not remove creatures on their own. They need some kind of support, right, Xanatar? You want to steal some decks, don't you? Hallowed Hunting. So right now we are going into 1 delay with Depopulate, and then we need to hit Farewell, otherwise we will die very quickly. But we can postpone it for at least 1-2 turns. So we need to wait for the heavy Spirit turn. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think I didn't have enough lands. Man, we drew really a lot of lands. We have 7 here. 11, 12. We drew 12 lands and 8 non-lands in this game. Wow. We are actually drawing around 60% or 65% lands. Oh my god. Why am I not surprised? I mean, we need to go into defense game. Basically, we are trying to wait. Problem is, maybe I should clear the board myself. If he draws Borrowed Time, we are dead in the water. And he has mana right now. So if he has Borrowed Time, I think we lose. Because then the Depopulate clears the board, but cannot get us cards back. And with our draw, that is the only card that we can play. Oh my god, what a bad draw. Oh my god, of course, his draw is not only good, it's actually perfect. That's really bad. That's the worst combination of our draw and our opponent draw. I like this play though, that was really good. So he created basically an extra token, just thanks to this. Did another person... oh my god, another person forgot the word 3. They all think it's word 2 for some reason. Man, every Mythic player just messes it up. Oh my god. Man, they have perfect draws. We are getting flooded like crazy and they still misplay so much that we are still in the game somehow. I cannot believe it's going on even. Oh my god. Second player in a row did it. I hope you didn't watch the previous game. They are out of order usually. I mean, sure. Like, we have to depopulate right now, right? There's no way around it. I guess we can postpone it once. The longer we wait, the better, because his board is bigger. He might play the dog, copy the card, but still, he can hit quite a lot, but he doesn't really want to kill Kairi, I think. And even if he does, we can just main phase the thingy. Alright, now he's counting the word. The reason why I'm not fearing this anymore is that I have Void Rend, so I can kill whatever he plays. However, this really means that we cannot answer Hallowed Hunting, so we still wait for Farewell. It's still in the deck, believe me. We have even 2 of them. Yeah, sure. Alright, I will read the card, just to be sure I'm not a dummy again. Has Defender, prevent all combat damage would be dealt by enchanted creature. And Coven sacrifice this, and he can exile. He needs 3 mana to do it. We can let it die though. I mean, we can let it die, and that's basically the Kairi function. Like, it doesn't need to do anything else. I just want you to die. I'm a cool bro for you. I just play you to die. All right, this sounded much worse than I hoped. So how he will play? He can still play the dog. And this is enchantment? No, so this doesn't get discount, right? Commune with the spirits. Interesting. Okay, sure. I will wait how he plays it out. This is already a threatening board. This is basically 4 extra cards. That's not what I would like to see. I just want to make sure that we still remember that Farewell from the top wins this game at every single turn. Oh, nice. That is an actually very good play. He knows we want to lose Kairi and he played exactly so we don't. I like it. Respect, man. Really good play. You recouped your extra greedy word. Yeah, that was a good one. I like it. I really like it. Actually, let's go for this one. I'm a dummy. For some reason, I'm blocking the lower damage one. I guess I will give him the card. Let's pretend that we don't have a thing. We could also just block and kill something, but that's not what we want right now. I want to get rid of this hallowed hunting, because I cannot rely on my farewells, so I need to do the manual work, I guess. Alright. I think we deserve this one. If we're having fun, let's have some fun. Alright, and I definitely want to mill my 6 cards, and hopefully, yes, I told you, it's in the freaking deck. And definitely, and suddenly, our deck looks much better, doesn't it? Yep, it is. Thanks. Alright, how much mana do we have? I really want to Devious cover up, he doesn't know about it. And that's a big point of the whole strategy. However, he knows that next turn we draw so many cards that he will regret playing this game. So yeah, pretty good so far. This is key card, this is the only one he doesn't know about. Sure. Like, I wonder how he will play. This, like, even though he's 97%, he actually plays really good. Except the worst play, but let's be honest, I made worse plays, so... like, I'm not the one to talk about it. Alright, we definitely give him the counters. Do we go for the other thing, though? Yeah, like, it's fine. It's fine. I don't love it, but it has to do. He wants to pressure us enough that we feel that we have to do something, and that's a really good play, honestly. That's a really good play. If we farewell, we have what? 3 mana, so we get to draw 3 cards, so we might as well draw those 3 cards right now. We have enough Memory Delusions that we really should hit something, finally. Those are good cards. Yep, finally the draw that we should be getting. And I think we are nearing the end. Yeah, that's basically what she wrote. Alright, Graveyard. I don't think it matters. Danik is actually more important than his graveyard. I think if I wait 1 minute he would leave the game, but let's play it out. Let's play it out. And that is the phase 1 of winning the game. Told you, moment we start hitting our actual cards that aren't lands, we absolutely smork them. And I think we didn't lose a single game. Oh, sorry if you are watching out of order, I shouldn't speak things like this. Maybe I'm lying. You know, it's a possibility. I don't mind this one. As long as we have Emperor, we can exile it on the spot. And I want to see the hidden card. Alright, this was the hidden card, and this is something we also want to exile. Farewell. Yeah, I think he won't like what we take back. Emperor is amazing against this deck as well. Oh man, look at those cards. Kairi, absolutely saving this game. Yep, and that's all his plan. That's his last breath, basically. So, we wait, he might hit something very good, and with Memory Deluge we can be on the passive side. He might hit Hallowed Hunting, and that's something I definitely prefer to kill over Naturalist. Step 1. And you know what? You know what is the play. the greedy version. We actually will kill both of them with the Emperor and alone. Oh, I got so excited I stopped knowing how to speak. That's fine. Alright. Farewell? Emperor? Sure. I heard there are pretty good cards. And now of course we do the -2. We keep healing. And from now on it should be very easy. We are just doing, you know, the usual stuff. Let's play Kaito. Let's keep drawing. Let's play Danik. We have 5 mana, that's enough to answer whatever he can throw at us. And that should be it. I like this guy, he's really cool. And he played very well, except this one play. Like, he knew exactly what we have in the place arsenal. So really well done, Mr. Tonist Galaxy. Tonist? Yeah, never mind, bro. Alright, so I think the game should be over after this one. Man, I cannot believe we went through with this. Like, it felt like he had the perfect draws to win this. And we still did it. I'm really proud. I'm honestly really proud about this game. We are at 25 cards, so all we need to make sure is that we win the game before the deck runs out. Let's draw cards. Obscura Charm is pretty good as well. Honestly, all of those cards are amazing. This is what we should be drawing for the, you know, first 15 turns. He has 3 cards, but we can trade 1 for any possible combination. This doesn't have haste, so we don't care. Anything that doesn't have impact, just we let it through and we kill at the end step. He definitely needs to do something because he dies and he's still in the game, so I think he might have some removal. Maybe he hopes that we cannot kill him. Believe me, my friend, we have so many ways to kill. We still have Kairi in the deck, somewhere here. The hidden dragon is here. I don't think he stalls on purpose, he was pretty cool. So I think he actually makes some decisions. Borrowed time. He decided this is the thing. Oh, you'll have to see it. This doesn't have haste, sure. I would love to have some extra loyalty on my Planewalker, thank you. And if you aren't sure what I mean, now you do. And we get it back at 3 loyalty, easy. And now we get rid. I'm doing it not because it's correct play, I'm doing it because I want him to scoop faster, because I really think that the game is over, so there's no point in dragging it too much. I think after this turn he knows how behind he is. And we are going white, because this kind of deck cannot answer white plays. Smork? Smork number 1. Still here. He's tenacious. He's definitely very tenacious player. We played around. Do we have anything multicolored that can go back? I guess Kaito, but this doesn't really give us too much value. He's still here. I don't know why, but he's still here. Like, I guess he's right. We will make sure, like, maybe he has some hidden play. Maybe he also plays Farewell, who knows? Maybe some devastating master from the shadows of Historic. Cool. So in 2 turns, I guess he can get something back. Maybe Weaver. Weaver is probably the highest value card he can get from the graveyard. So he's definitely trying to be still in here. Farewell is pretty good. Negate, sure. Like, let's keep drawing a lot of cards. We have a lot. Oh, Kairi, Danik. It feels like being in like candy store right now. Let's just keep killing everything. If he wants to see the full power of Esper control, we are definitely in for a surprise. Oh, I got a clue. First time in my life, basically. We put counters here. It's the smallest one and also the unblockable one. So he really tries to grind this rank, man. Like, he really tries until the end. Alright. We have Negate. This means that we can play Kairi. Without Negate, I would not play Kairi. We can discard Danik. Even though he's okay, we definitely have better cards. Right now he can get Naturalist, probably. Like, he dies next turn, so he doesn't really have you know, too much space to play into next turn. He needs something with immediate effect. Naturalis gives the most life, I guess, but we just remove it and he dies. I know I'm rambling about like last 3 minutes that the game is over, but I honestly think it ended after we recovered with Kairi the Silver Scrutiny. That's why we play this card. You can see that the power was absolutely here, especially that with Kairi you can take it back multiple times. I mean, sure, he doesn't have Coven, so we just kill it at the end step. Don't forget, Voidrend can kill any non-land permanent. Can we counter it? Not really, so okay, you get your extra card. Man, like he's putting a good fight until the end. It won't do anything. Finally. Can I... Oh, we lack 1 mana to get it out. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Cool, now we know everything. Let's make sure that he realizes what's going on. So, this one is gone. Now, Obscura Charm kills this one. Now, we put the counter. I don't want clues. Oh, he's cool. Yeah, that was a really good game. Oh man. Esper absolutely destroyed the ladder today, I guess. Alright, we are going first. Man, I like this hand so much. Like, we have a little bit of everything. What not to like? And whenever I see Devious cover up, it just feels so good. However, we are against Concealing Curtains. Alright, let's do the tryhard thing. We definitely should pretend that we have a 2-drop, especially with the curtains. Like, it will give him something to think about. He will still play it though, but at least, you know, at least he will think about it. Alright, cool. So we know that we will depopulate, and we have Obscura Charm. So you know what? I think we are fine. I'm not playing this round because there is high chance he will just use the curtains, and then we probably have to remove it. They usually... Oh, wow. He really thinks we don't have it. That's so cool. Let's go for blue. Sure, and he invested his whole turn in this play. Oh, poor you. My poor soul. They always think they are so crafty with this stuff, and they are not. That's actually pretty perfect. Right now, thanks to his ramp, we can go Memory Deluge and just get untapped land and make this appear. So, thank you. Man, investing your full turn so we can actually get ahead. That's something you love to see. Alright, so if they try to flip the curtains, we kill them. And that's it. As long as we can play lands. I'm pretty heavy on the sweepers, to be honest. I don't play them because then we cannot protect the board. And he can play something like Shrouded and then we have to sweep again, so it doesn't really... Yeah, that's what you want to see. Of course, Memory Deluge is a thing. We don't have too much value. Like, I'm too greedy. Honestly, I'm just too greedy to not go for this play. I can even lose 1 Memory Deluge, but I'm just getting 3 for 1. So, sure, that's 1 damage. Crazy. I'm proud of you. I kinda want the land, you know? So let's just take the land. And no cards for you. Easy sweeper, Wrath of God, historic welcome. Alright, so the game still is not over because he will cast Invoke Despair this turn. He will play a land, cast Invoke. Are you saying that one of the mono black players missed on curve? I'm so lost right now. It's not possible. I never heard about this ability. I mean, let's go for the Danik, because with Obscura Charm we can get it back at the end step, and that's really sweet. And right now, whatever he casts, we probably have a counter for it. Unless he casts like Trespasser, I think that's... yeah, this one might work as well. But if he wants to flip, we just kill it. Yeah, let's just make sure, you know. It's card for card, he wasted his whole turn. And we have Kairi, we just need 1 more mana and Kairi is in the board. And you'll have to see Kairi. I mean, how does it work? Up to 2 instant. Okay, it's not target. Okay, I think it works. Sure, let's go with this one. And let's just swing with Kairi. I mean, like, we are just smorking him for 3 turns, right? And I don't think there's anything he can do about it. Turn 1. Your go. This will be the most straightforward kill ever. Especially that we can double counterspell and then follow up with another turn with counterspell. So I don't think he can basically pay word 3 times to kill this. So enjoy your time, my friend. It won't be long. Oh my god, what is this? Adarkar Scavenger, 4 mana to 3 death touch when comes into play. Target card from graveyard if... oh my god. Cool. Enjoy. Enjoy your bear or whatever. It's zombie bear. Oh, the axe. Oh, that's so sad. But at least he's healthy and like he's eating healthy at least. Alright, turn 2. I guess it gives him 1 extra turn, I guess. Not really think. I guess he can crew the Bankbuster, that might be a little bit more. But you know, he will draw cards, he will cast spells, we will get rid of his spells. We can even cast it for 1, exile those 2, and basically get rid of any of this. Or just exile 1 card and get rid of this one. Yeah, he's starting really slow. But he can crew the Bankbuster thanks to the beater. Okay, now he will think that we don't have Make Disappear. He played around it, nice. Oh, that's a word, told you. Now he won't play around it anymore. Cool. And that's your 2 life, by the way. Man, you worked so hard to gain this life, and now you are giving it up. Of course it won't happen because the resolve won't trigger, or the card won't trigger, or this card won't resolve, okay? I got it right in the end. It took me like 30 seconds of confusion, but I did it. I'm proud. So he can smork for a little bit, and basically that's it. Cool, let's wait for the tap. This way he cannot draw card. We get 2. We get rid of this. We could also kill his board, but you know, I think this is just better to raise him. He has 5 damage on the board. He needs much more. Smork. 1 turn to go. Man, this is just like a countdown. Like in my head I have like this Final Fantasy with some generator exploding, and it's 1. The explosion sets around here with all the Mako reactors. Enjoy your few damage. And what is about this 5 that you see? Sure. Man, such a low quality bait. Like this doesn't do anything. Oh, such a bait. It didn't work. Can you pay the word, please? Man, the word. Sure, I will take my charm. Thank you. So, unless you have a -1 mana removal. Yeah, we did it. We used the one. Kairi, absolutely dominating this one.